On the Korean server. We hopped over to the Korean server, so we're going to get a little bit of an old school feel to this game, guys. Welcome in to the Red Bull Global Qualifiers. We're in the round of 16 right now. We're getting that much closer, inching away. Only, what would it be? Quarterfinal, semifinal. So, three best of threes left. So you win this series, you win the next one, and the one after that, and you're qualified for a trip out to California to Santa Monica. That's just crazy to even think about. Now over here at the top right side of the map, starting off for himself, it is Symbol. Or are my zoom-in keys different? They are. See, man, like all my keys on every single server, all my keys are different. I gotta do this one day where I gotta go in and change all the hotkeys and make sure that they're all the same on all servers. And I gotta make sure that the overlay doesn't switch over either. Okay, looks like it stayed the same. Alright, that's fine, whatever. Alright, so we got the pull drop from Symbol. Of course, looks like he's gonna be opening up a little bit safer. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, representing CJHush, we have the Protoss player, Hush. Alright, now it's kind of funny because I had actually some time, because we had so much downtime, I had a little bit of time to talk to Hush, and he's very kind, he's kind of funny. He's like, he first messages me, he's like, I think we play on KR server. No, hold on, we North America. No, we KR again. So we bounced around back and forth through servers. Then somehow in between there we lost Symbol. We're about to start a game, then Hush says, wait, hold on, I go toilet. It's so cute, man, like how some of the Korean players like translate like their English. I go toilet, I'd be right back. I'm like, alright, man, that's fine. Take your time. It's okay. For those not too familiar with Hush, he's of course on CJHush. We just watched a CJHush player in Trust. He's a pretty good player as of late. Just kind of some of his results. He was able to beat Zone, Sorry, and Tails a little bit earlier this month. 2-0, 2-0, and 2-1. In recent weeks, hasn't exactly had all the best results, but doing pretty good this tournament right now. He's lost to Flash in the past 0-2. He's actually had Tails' number a couple times. He beat him 2-0. Lost to Rain Dark in the best of 1. Beat Real as well 2-0. But in terms of this Red Bull qualifier itself, he has beaten Chevelle, a French player, Seppi, an American player, and Stork, a Korean player. Now, of course, we can't forget about Symbol also over here, the one that's over at the top right. Recently, at least earlier in the month, he lost to Flash 1-2, lost to Tails 0-2, and lost to Major 1-3. But as of recent, in the last Red Bull qualifier, the first one, their last global qualifier, he beat Arthur 2-0, he beat Solar 2-1. Beat Pig Baby 2-0 and Gumiho 2-1. So 4 Koreans right in a row, 4 just obnoxious results. But he got bodied very late in the tournament versus the eventual qualifier Impact. He lost to him 1-2. Still took a game off of him, so that's pretty damn impressive. Man, I have not been on this type of interface unless I'm on ladder. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to look at after you've been used to so long of watching the observer interface from GameHeart. This one like takes you back a little bit, way back, way back. Everything's so clunky and cloggy. All right, so Symbol was able to attain his third hatch. Finally cleared out that pylon. Finally grabbing his gases, so he's not going to have lair for quite a while, but at the same time he could still have it pretty quick. I'm interested to see, does he go for quicker lair or does he go for quicker speed? Always one of those interesting decisions that goes on between the players. Some prefer to go speed first, others prefer to get lair. But usually, typically you would get speed first usually, and just to be a little bit more safer. But also we've seen also that point where you go lair really quick, they drop the Roach Horn, and then they get speed right after that. So it's really up to preference. Meanwhile, Hush is going to be getting that Stargate play out. He's also got a Robotics bay that he's going to be following up with. One Oracle coming out right now. We'll see how much damage he's got to be able to get done. There's already Spore Crawlers about to finish up. One's burrowing in the natural, and there's also one in the main right now. Moving the Queen over to the Spore Crawler, very smart. Now, while there is no gases at the third and the main base, these drones should be pretty safe. The ones I'd be worried about are on the edges over here at the natural, because usually a Protoss is a player with a very good self-control we'll be able to take out quite a few drones along the edges, not only just poke down the gas, but also the ones over here on the very edge of the mineral lines. We saw the Oracle poke in right there, get about, what was it, 3 kills, right? Yeah, 3 kills, but lost all of his shields and almost all of the HP, so it's going to be very hard for that Oracle to actually be able to come back in again and get any damage done. But at the same time, I don't think Hush really minds. He's already dropped down his 3rd base. He's looking pretty good and looking to continue in the progression of his macro game. Going to utilize the Oracle just on a patrol move to be able to scout out his opponent if anything moves out across the map. More and more observers are coming out right now as we see Robotics Bay about to finish up as well. +1 upgrade underway. Void Rays are coming out, so really, Hush going all sorts of tech paths, man. He's all over the place right now. He's gonna drop the he's gonna get the Colossus. He's gonna get the Void Rays out. And hey, man, if you can do it definitely. Now, something like this, I feel like might force Symbol to go into a little bit of an earlier hive, and we already see the Infestation Pit. He could technically go into Swarm Host if he wants to. Oh, please, dear God, don't. But by getting up into the hive, he's able to get the Vipers out, and very crucial when all of this split tech is going on, that he eventually does in fact get some Vipers to be able to snag some of those units out of the way. You got to either get the Colossus or the Vipers out, one or the other. You can't really sit around and let them just kind of fight. You can't let the units just fight themselves out. You need to get some really nice pickoffs. All right, so in fact, Symbol, why you got to do this like? Why you got to be like that, man? Why you got to be like that? He's going Swarm Host, man. He's got 400 production, getting the Locust Life upgrade as well. Hive is underway as well. So we still could see Vipers, but I feel like we're going to have maybe a little bit more of an elongated game because of this. Now, the one thing that's been a little bit suffering in this game is the creep spread. It's finally starting to get outside of the natural and outside of the 3rd base. Heading over, as we take a look over here to the right side of the map, 4th base getting produced. Meanwhile, at the very bottom right side of the map, yeah, there we go. Hush spotted the Overlord kind of pooping away. It was funny. One of the things Day9 was, during Nation Wars was talking about, he's like, do Overlords have butts? And Scarlet with the perfect answer. Scarlet's like, well, they poop creep, so they poop, so they have to? Like, that's where it's at? it was the cutest answer ever. I laughed so hard. Alright, so Symbol right now, burring out those Swarm Hosts, going to start sending the Locusts across the map, and man, there's never a better time to send units back than when you start seeing Locusts like come across the map. You're like, nope, 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 getting out of here. Now, it's going to be very important if Hush does plan to fight with the Locusts. He needs a lot more Colossus. It looks like about 4 total minimum. In my opinion, the magic number to fight with, at least once you get your +2 upgrade, is 6. You need 6 Colossus minimum. It also helps out when you have Templars with Storm. It does help out when you have Templars with Storm, because other than that, the Locusts will be able to filter on through. They will be able to get enough surface area to be able to actually get some damage done. So 6 Colossus with +2 attack, +3 even better. If he can get up to 7, at that point he's going to be very, very solid. We take a look over here at the top left side of the map. Looks like the Oracle is still being a little bit of a nuisance, scouting out whatever it possibly can. The left side over here of Symbol's 3rd base is going to be very, very safe, and I do like this now. He's got to make sure that he doesn't forget about his drones, but he's building up a really nice wall of Spine Crawlers and Spores. And what happened to our mix? We got to refresh it, man. I was about to say, it got really quiet and I could hear myself way too well. Alright, so we take a look back in the game right now. Hushkin activated the Photon Overcharge. Looked like we had a tiny bit of harass now. Hush dropping the 4th base on his own, so he's really keeping up in bases with his opponent, but eventually he does need to start producing units a little bit heavier and a little bit more en masse. Queen's looking to maybe snipe down the Oracle. They do manage to snipe it down. Big Spine Crawler wall preventing Symbol's units to even getting reached. I would encourage probably to drop 1 Spore Crawler down. I don't know. I like Spore Crawlers. They're nice units to have now. Hush, what is he doing right now? Walking out in the middle of the map, and there we go, starting to clear out some of those Locusts. He's got 4 Colossus. He should have the 5th one hopefully underway. Well, he's dropping a 2nd Robo, so that's good. So he's going to be able to mass produce Colossus anytime he needs. Now, you guys might have noticed there is a unit producing. Now, where is that damn thing? Where is it? Okay, am I blind? Where's the mothership? There's a mothership core producer. Oh, okay, there it is. I was about to say, I'm like, where the hell is that unit? I'm like, there's the mothership core out on the map. I couldn't figure out where it is, but Right now, I gotta admit, Hush looking in a really nice position this game. His macro is very top notch. He's gotten away basically with 14 minutes, a very quick 14-minute third base, and the ability to wall off, have all of his like SimCity with all of his buildings right through here. He's got cannons in position and ready as well. So Hush, it's going to be hard to fight with him because right now he's going to start beginning to warp in the units. He got 3 Void Rays all at a time. He starts breaking through all of these little miniature Locust packs. There's not a lot of anti-air, and right now we do see the Vipers, but man, you're going to need to be able to hit some nice snacks. And did the music cut out on us? Oh, okay, no it didn't. It was just really quiet. Okay. Alright, over at the top left side of the map we do have a little bit of a run by. Looks like Hush was looking to potentially snipe down a base that could have been building here, but we'll have to just settle for, looks like this third base over here. And oh, no, run back, Locust! They'll expire, but nothing better to scare off an opponent like that now. This is that point in time where the game, I don't want to say it's going to get stagnated, but we're not going to see a lot of unit movement. We're going to see a little bit more of the harass-oriented play from Hush because, again, the Storm Hosts are very mobile units. They are burrowed into the ground. They're pretty stuck where they're at, so you can see right now he is looking to potentially get down the Sword Prison. Man, if he can guess it, that's going to be huge. There we go. He's going to try to warp in before these queens eventually do end up picking it off. We have all of these roaches surrounded. Charge lots will probably chase them down. Actually, will most likely get cleared out eventually. It's just one of those things. If he reacted a little bit quicker, warped in zealots over here, something would have to happen on the end of Symbol. He would have to either produce more roaches, he would have to move back to Swarmhost, or he would end up losing this whole entire main base to everything else. Now we see a second Spire finishing up, and that's of course due to the fact that I imagine Symbol wants to combo this up with a Greater Spire along with the plus upgrades that he's getting for his air. +2 missile, +2 carapace, just about done, +1 air as well. Now on the other side, we take a look at the upgrades. We have Tempest now finally coming out, 3 of them underway, plus already a couple of them out on the map. We have +2 air and +3 ground weapons. So both players, man, reaching very high levels of tech very quickly. We're looking at these compositions, and this is 18 minutes into the game. These compositions, these upgrades, this is some just stuff that you usually don't always see. And the nice thing about all of this is the Mothership Core. A lot of these units are completely hidden, not able to be touched, unless he's got an Overseer with him with those Locusts. Remember, he's not going to be able to spot him, so the best that Symbol can hope for at this point are just structures. Realistically, they're structures, and if anything even does get close to them, he's got already enough Tempest where he's going to be able to snipe a lot of these things down. Now, the best thing about the Tempest, too, as well, as he gets these additional upgrades, he's got +3 underway. Anything that gets near him now is going to be in a lot of trouble, but watch very closely. Don't forget about those Vipers. He's got Vipers. He's starting to press very hard. Symbol grabs the goal base of Hush, starting to put up that Spore Crawler wall. If he can just get one really nice snag under Queens and Corruptors, man, that's going to be great for him. And you can see right now he's hoping to maybe snipe down that Mothership Core because that's when this army gets a little bit more vulnerable. Now he's going to snipe down, of course, really quickly all of these spores, loses an Observer over it. Drops a Storm on the Locust right there, another filter of Locust coming through. Mothership Core does get snagged, man. Doesn't even get a chance to recall, it gets it out. So I'm telling you, man, he's just waiting for that one opportunity. Now over here we do have some Zealots. It looks like they're going to be able to get a free hatchery over at this 4th location. +3 upgrades just kicked in for the charge lots. They're clearing out all the drones. What is the plan of Symbol right now? He's got to react. He's got to do something right here. He's actually losing the gas, and this is kind of funny because he actually goes for the gases before the hatchery, and I think still this will go down. As long as he focuses the hatchery down. There we go. He's going to continue focusing down. He really needs to get this down because if you could just prevent more production, if you could prevent gas mining or efficient gas mining, it's already big enough as it is. Also, it would be just worth it just to focus down this last extractor over here. Alright, well, Double Warp Prism rolling into the main base. Again, lots of gates out on the map, so he's got a lot of time to be able to actually put a lot of harassment or investment into harassment over here. There we go. There's that big warp we were looking for. So this is going to become a little bit of a game of back and forth because the big thing for Hush is how long can he withstand and withhold his push. And the thing for Symbol is how patient is he going to be with losing all of these structures within his main base. You can see he's bringing back the Swarm Host, which he really needs to do. Hush should notice this, but he's going to actually come after them. He's going to come after the Swarm Host. Swarm Host trying to burrow. 1 goes down, 2 goes down, 3 goes... He's got an Observer, though, with him, so he actually takes out all the Swarm Hosts back over here inside the main base, and now these Zealots can continue pursuing their attack. Now, over here on the third base of Hush, his buildings are under attack. Locusts get aggroed, not able to finish off this base. Hush, meanwhile, somehow sneakily able to get this 5th base over on the left side. More Swarm Hosts are brought back to defend against this. Meanwhile, over here in the main base, Spawning Pool going to get taken down. He really needs to go after the Spire. If he could actually get the Spire, that's going to be really, really big for him. If he could get the Spire, if he could actually even get the Infestation Pit, man, one or the other. If he could get both, he's got to prevent the ability to tech up. So here we go. The Spire should be falling down. This is really more important than anything that's going on this side of the map. Well, we do have Hush pressing forward. Spine Crawlers are doing a good job of aggroing. Like we said, the Colossus number isn't exactly at that magical number, so not able to aggro them down as quickly as he maybe would like. Mothership Core once again sniped down. And these Queens just doing such a wonderful job of transfusing every unit themselves, the Corruptors, the Spine Crawlers, just keeping everything alive as possibly as he can. Now, he did lose the gold hatch, but that's okay. He's got still a lot of time to produce his own gold hatch over here. He still has a chance, if he really wanted to, get the base over here at the left side. So a lot of still fresh resources out on the map. Continued pressure with this amount of Corruptors. This is a huge, enormous amount, and all of this air for Hush is going down. Look at him. He's dropping heavily in supply, loses all of the Colossus, and now he's going to lose another one. Mothership Core is going to be the next one that falls down. So what is there left for Hush to defend against all of these Locusts? And now you can see that this would be a really good time for Symbol to reposition these Swarm Hosts and put them up a little bit further. Because as soon as the Locusts come right into this area, they begin dying off. They don't have enough life to be able to travel a good halfway across the map. So we take a look at just the overall scene. More Zealots are starting to come in over here. Remember, there's still Swarm Hosts over here. Roaches are going to be also deflecting everything else that they can. Still an alive hatchery at the natural. Third base is still pretty healthy as well, but Symbol does have to take another base. He's got 5,000 minerals. He's got to take another base. Take another hatchery here. Take another hatchery there. Don't risk the game alone on just that. So now the one thing that does suck right now for Symbol, because he could already have ended this. I think the game's over, but even more so, a bigger checkmate if he had the Greater Spire or a Spire that he formed into the Greater Spire. He could have already formed maybe say like 5 or 6 Broodlords between that huge, enormous Corruptor pack, and the Broodlings would definitely help clear the rest of this out. I mean, this game is practically over for Hush. He's down under 100 supply. Symbol is in a very aggressive position. He's already set up camp right over here. Pitched a tent right under the natural and third low base of Symbol. So, well, that's that. It does happen. Like Hush, I want to say he showed off a really good macro in the beginning stages of the game, but I feel like he never really had that magic number of Colossus. Once he pressed, he had 3 Colossus. He had only a few Void Rays and a lot of Tempest. Now, you need some serious support. Either you need more Storms with the Templars, or you need some more Archons on the ground, because as soon as you see that amount of Corruptors, that is a lot of dead weight, unless you just have mainly Colossus, a couple Void Rays, and a lot of Tempests. A lot of Tempests aren't going to exactly break through Corruptors. You need more Void Rays, you need more Archons. The game does continue on right now. Hush trying his best to, maybe ink something out, possibly. But here we go. All of these hatcheries finally starting to get retaken. Symbol producing 11 roaches, and these roaches are just basically clearing out the army little by little, just picking it off. There's still quite a few resources on the map for Hush, but I mean, to what extent? He's already starting to lose a majority of his gates. You need to be able to reproduce some better units than what he does have. Fortunately, I mean, he does have a couple forward pylons that he can continually reproducing with. He'll take out the third hatch, pokes away with the Archon. Meanwhile, over here at the natural, just continuous fights. Archon falls. Zealots are trying to do what they can. They're actually getting quite a few drones over here. But Hush dropping deeper and deeper in supply. Corruptor chasing down everything else that he possibly can chase down. Roach is doing actually such a wonderful job of cleaning house right now. And there we go, finally, the GG coming out from Symbol.